Again, very similar, except the non-treated was significantly different than the crop oil and vice versa. So whenever you had the crop oil, there was significantly more germination. We're not sure what that was due to, but and again, the Ethifon had more germination than all other treatments. So some of the ones that had the lower germination also had lower radical lengths, which is more of what we're concerned with. So Ethifon had the most germinate, but it also had the lowest radical length. And this is just comparing back to the non-treated. And this is the length in centimeters. But some other ones that were shorter were Arazolan, Halosulfuron, Trifluralin, 2,4-D, and Dicamba. Even then, it's not a huge difference between the average length in all the other treatments, but some other stuff we're going to be doing later is going to see how this lower radical length may, am I still good? How this lower radical length may transform into growth effects. So that's going to be talked about a little later. And so I sprayed just the straight seed, but I'm also going to be doing greenhouse grown palmer amaranth and applying the herbicides to those, which I'll get to a little bit later, as well as doing the same thing with the natural population and also looking a little bit at the weed zapper, which we'll talk about at the end. So for my greenhouse grown palmer, I'm going to allow the plants to mature. Once the plants have the seed that are still in the seed head in the plant, I'm going to make the applications. I'm going to clean the seed from the whole plant and take subsamples and analyze the same things that we did for the vigor and the total length and germination. So this is just a little piece of planting the greenhouse grown palmer. Doesn't take them too long to grow. Transplant them into bigger pots, and now they're about that high, so I'm still waiting for them to go to seed so I can make my applications. And then relating the reduced radical length to growth effects, I'm going to see how, I'm going to spray the same seed and plant them in a different way. So we know that the radical lengths are reduced, but what does that mean? So we're going to plant them into soil and see if that makes a difference between how many are established. Will the reduced radical length not let them completely grow up? Will it reduce how high they grow, how vigorous they are, how much they compete with the crop, and also seed production. So after they grow all the way up, is there a reduced number of seed from the plants just by applying the herbicide to the seed? So that'll be gotten to later as well. So now a little bit about the weed zapper that I'm going to be using. This has kind of gotten thrown in at the end. We were looking originally at flaming the seed head of the plants, but now we're looking more at the weed zapper. So we're also going to see how the weed zapper can relate to